In the AFM exam, quite frequently, when valuing a business, there might be a change in a financial risk, which means we need to take on additional debts to buy another business. So in this case, how can we value that company? Of course, the best ways that we can do is to use the adjusted present value calculation. We simply, as a step one, to calculate the base case NPV, which only reflects the business risk. And then we'll consider the present value of the finance effect. Now, the best ways that we show to you is to have a go at this example called half-life PLC. I'll say that, yes, a bit complicated. Let's read through the question. Required, calculate the half-life PLC using the APV method. Okay, so when you see the APV method, you need to understand there will be two steps in there. Okay, assuming financial risk changes. Why? Because as you can see, that the half-life PLC, we are going to buy this company called Half-Life PLC. We expect the free cash flows into the future in year 1, 2 and 3 will be $200, $300, $400 million coming into the business. However, in order to buy the Half-Life PLC, it will need $30 million. Okay, so which means that at time naught, we'll need to spend 30 out and we will get 200, 300, 400 at the end of year 1, 2 and 3. Now, we're also told that the Half-Life PLC has debt, $40 million. But in the APV calculation, we simply ignore them. Because when we calculate the step number 2, which means the present value of the finance effect, we only consider the interest expenses effect, which means in year 1, 2 and 3 will be $2 million each. So all we can do is that because it has debt, it has interest expense. Interest expense can save us tax. The reason is interest expense will reduce our taxable profit and we'll pay less taxes on that. So this means that we're simply timing by the tax rate, and tax rate will be 20% per year, and that's it. If you are seeing in the exam the risk-free rate, premium and beta, you will need to use the capital asset pricing model to calculate that cost of equity, RF, which means the yield from government security, plus the beta factor, RM minus RF. And because RF, 3% there, premium, 5% there, and here the beta, 1.2. Oh, it's the asset beta, which means that to calculate the KE, which means the cost of equity, removing the debt element, which means the KEI. So we simply slot that into the calculator and we'll use that as the discount rate in our step number 1 there. Okay, always be the 1 mark calculation here. Now the step 1, all we can do is to calculate the base case NPV. So the base case NPV by the Half-Life PLC. The number of years 0, 1, 2, 3. We are told that we need to spend 30 out and getting 200, 300 and 400 respectively. And we need to discount at a particular rate. So we open the working here to calculate that cost of equity ungeared using CAPM. As I said before, we need to slot that variable, which means the RF and premium. Okay, and the beta factor. And here will be the asset beta factor, as we can see in the last section there. So KEI or the KEU, I mean the risk-free rate, we're told 3% and 5% for premium. And the asset beta, we're told about 1.2. So KEI equals the risk-free rate plus the beta factor times by the premium. And that's how we do it, 9% there. So at 9%, so that at time naught, 1 over 1 plus 9% for a power of 0, that would be 1. 1 over 1.09 for the power of, open the bracket, of 1. So drag it here, and then we calculate the present value. This times by this, cash flows times by discount factor. Drag it here, and the base case NPV is simply summing all these present value together. That would be 714, okay, as a starting point. So we can underline all those figures. Now, as a step number 2, we need to calculate the present value of the finance effect. Here, because we've got debt, and we've got a number of years, 1, 2, and 3, the interest expense, we're told, in this business is $2 million each and every year, and the tax rate will be in the other information of 20%. We drag it here, and then we calculate the interest times by tax, this times by this, 0.4 each year. Okay, drag it here, in other words. The final thing is that we need to discount at the risk-free rate. Okay, so that would be in our step number 2 always. We discount it at the risk-free rate. Risk-free rate of 3% here. If we are told that we need to discount at the corporate debt yields, which means the pre-tax cost of debt, you will need to discount it at pre-tax cost of debt if we are asked specifically about that. Otherwise, we can discount only at the risk-free rate, okay, in this exam. Of course, that will be the choice by the business, and that will be the assumption in the APV calculation here, or the limitation there. So 1 over 1 plus 3%, which means 1.03 for the power of the years that we select that. Close the bracket, drag it here. So it will give me the present value equals to this times by that, drag it here. So the total present value of the finance effect equals to summing all these present value. And therefore, the APV, as we can see, we calculate the base case NPV to be 714, and finance effect of that. So the total APV of the half-life PLC would simply be the present value of the finance effect plus the base case NPV. But don't forget, it has debt. It has debt of 40 million. When we are valuing a business, we only focus on equity. And this is why we'll need to minus $40 million there. So the value of the half-life PLC will simply be 675 there. Hope you're happy about the APV calculation.
APC, accounting for your future.